But to give us more details, the man who watches golf Fundi himself, Michael Vlismas from Michael Vlismas Media, joins us here on SABC Sport to talk about the most prestigious, or one of the most prestigious golf tournaments, which is happening at Augusta. Good evening from us, Michael on SABC. Thank you for joining us tonight.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. How prestigious is the Masters and why is it so prestigious? Because there's so much tradition. Still no cell phones allowed?
Still no cell phones allowed. You check them in even as a member of the media. When you get to the press centre, you check in your cell phone if you're going out on the golf course. So they are very strict at Augusta National, and I think that's part of the history. That's part of the tradition. It is unique in the men's major champions, the four major championships, because it's the only major that is played at one golf course, the same golf course, every single year. So there is a bit of a sense of returning to the same venue. It's a limited field. It's an invitation tournament, essentially. So it does sort of distinguish itself from all the other majors like that. And then, of course, you have the two factors. You've got an iconic golf course, and then you've also got the fact that it is the first major in the year. So all of that really combines to create quite a special, tournament that stands out as one of the big four majors.
Yeah, and you still have Tiger Woods still taking part, even though he's been battling injuries over the past few years, but he's still big, pulls a big crowd, still a lot of attention on him. What was he expecting to do at the Masters coming into this tournament, considering the challenges that he's had in the past?
Well, Tiger Woods is phenomenal. We know that. It goes without saying, when he went into the Masters, I said earlier in the week that he's got the mental game. He's beaten everybody mentally already. It's really just a question of physically, can he handle it? And, he's made this 24th consecutive cut. The ridiculous thing is that there are 17 golfers in the field this week that he's playing against that weren't even born when he made his first cut at the Masters in 1997. So that's the longevity of this man's career at the highest level of the game. He is an absolute superstar. And, I think he's looking and right from the start, it wasn't about making a cut for him. It was about being there when it mattered. If it all aligns, it's 2 rounds to go. Who knows what can happen, as we saw in 2019. Yeah. It's unlikely, but you never say never with Tiger Woods. But just the sheer longevity of his career. And you look at him, he's 48 years old. He stands to break so many records if he does win it. But imagine you've missed the cut, and a 48-year-old Tiger Woods, who's been through what he has been through, his left leg, his left ankle, his spine, all of that being what it is, and he's still beating you. I think that's a wake-up call, definitely.
I guess that's why they call him the GOAT there. But the leader's about to tee off now. It's a 3-way tie, as we've mentioned, 3 Americans. Any surprises for you at the top of that leaderboard?
I think, possibly, maybe Bryson DeChambeau, surprisingly a little bit. I didn't think he had the competitive edge coming into this event, but he always does something differently. I mean, this week he's got 3D printed golf irons, for goodness sakes, So, he's always going to try something different. I would have liked to have seen more from Xander Schauffele. I know he's not that far off the pace, but I think that first round's going to hurt him quite a bit. But yeah, no surprises with Scotty Scheffler right up there. Just so consistent at the moment. And wouldn't it be great? Max Homa, the winner of Africa's major, goes on right thereafter to win his first major in the Masters. That would be something special, certainly, for us.
Talking about Africa, I know we didn't have a lot of South Africans this time around at the Masters, but what have you made so far of the South Africans, and why is that? Why did not have as much as we usually have in this tournament?
Well, we didn't have a lot of South African presence because of the traditional big names that we have don't qualify because they play and live golf, so they haven't finished high enough in the rankings. to qualify. The only reason Charles Schwartzel is there is because he's a previous winner.
Yeah.
Christo Lamprecht is an amateur. I think we always expected that he was just going to enjoy and soak up the experience as the reigning amateur champion and learn, which is exactly what he needed to do, and just enjoy his first Masters experience. It's nice to see Eric van Rooyen there. You know, he's got a wonderful depth to his game, a phenomenal depth to his character. This is the first time he's made the weekend in his third Masters. He had to withdraw the first year because of a back injury, and he missed the cut the second time. So it's nice to see him go the distance in the Masters. I know he's at 3 over par, but it's just nice to see him go all the way because I do think he can become a great Masters contender down the line. I think he's got the right game for it. But, it was sad that Christian Besaidnout just didn't make it into that top 50. He was so close. I think there's another South African golfer that going forward, I think, is one that you can look at to contend at the Masters if he qualifies.
And who can we look at then this weekend going into tomorrow, Michael? The likes of Colin Morikawa still there, 2 shots behind the leaders. I know there's a lot that's been said about Abeg and his talent before the tournament. How do you see it? Do you see one of these 3 guys holding on to their lead? And there's also the weather factor. Will it play a part going into tomorrow?
I think, there's going to be a lot of a shake-up today again as well.
Moving day.
I don't think anybody's in the clear. You're never quite in the clear at the moment. You're in the clear when you hold that final putt on 18 to win. Even that back 9 is on a Sunday is going to test you. So I do think you must be looking at a Scheffler that's done it before and knows how to do it. He's come in with such great form. He's for a reason, and he just looks so calm and composed. So good to see Nicolai Højgaard right up there.
Yeah.
1979 was the last time Fuzzy Zeller, that a rookie at the Masters. Højgaard is really just a world beater. Good to see him up there. But today is his test. Today is his test. Saturday at the Masters is
definitely moving
and
day.
that's where experience and patience is going to come through. And
okay,
absolutely, and I think that's where you might have to look at a Scheffler. But Max Homa, it would be wonderful if he goes all the way because he's had an incredible journey in the game and overcome a lot of odds to get here.
Okay, wonderful, Michael. Always a pleasure talking to you, Michael Vlismas from Michael Vlismas Media, giving us the latest update, which is from the Masters at Augusta National. Leaders getting underway there. Watch out for Colin Morikawa also. He's on 4 under, just 2 shots behind there. And that sweet Abeg that everybody keeps talking about, saying he's going to be the big star of the sport of golf going forward. But it's still 3 Americans that occupy the top of the leaderboard on 6 under at the Masters.